gonna start today laying on the ground. We're gonna do those same belly breaths that we've been doing every day since we got this kicked off a few months ago. I like to lay on my back, feet flat on the floor. It allows my lower lumbar to really just relax. And I'm gonna breathe in through my nose, and when I do, I'm gonna take my belly up to the sides and push my spine into the ground. Big breath in, big breath out. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 10 belly breaths. Once we've done that, we're gonna go into 10 spiderman. So from this kind of planked position, I'm gonna bring each foot up outside of the hand. We wanna make sure that we plant that full foot solidly on the ground. Now, depending on how flexible and mobile your hips are, you may be a little bit higher. That's okay. We always want to stay below the point of pain. Our second movement that we're going to do is going to get our shoulders prepared, hips moving a little bit from that plank to down dog, knowing that we're going to head into some murph prep. Again, we're going to start from that plank position. From here, I'm going to drive nose to toes, big long stretch, pushing heels towards the floor. Back into that full planked position for 10. We're going to do 10 spiderman, 10 plank to down dog for 2 rounds. Then we're going to talk about some murph prep. We're finishing up week 3 of murph prep. Remember, we're gonna go every 60 seconds or every 90. Most people are going every 90 seconds. 1 round is gonna be 5 pull-ups. Remember, with our pull-ups, we want the elbow fully extended at the top, chin over the bar arm fully extended at the top, at the bottom. We are finishing up week 3 of murph prep. We are going to go every 60 seconds for those of us that have a motor on us. The rest of us are going to go into that 90-second bucket. But what we're looking to do is complete 5 pull-ups. Those of us doing pull-ups. In that bottom position, we want elbow fully extended, chin physically clearing the bar at the top, back to full extension at the bottom. If we don't have access to a pull-up bar or we don't have pull-ups, we can always do 10 ring rows, falling back, pulling into the chest if we've got rings or a TRX system. If we don't have either of those, we can do a bent over row. I've got a dumbbell here that I can easily come in, 10 bent over row to the chest. From there, I'm gonna drop down into 10 push-ups. With our push-up, we want the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder fully stacked. I'm gonna have my chest make physical contact with the ground and then come back to full extension. We wanna make sure we've got good full reps. If we need to, we can always elevate our hands from the ground, be it on a bench, a box, a kitchen table chair, like whatever we've got around. From there, we're gonna go into our 15 air squats. Remember, with our air squats, we're gonna have our heels outside of our hips. We're gonna have our weight really rooted in our heel. From here, I'm gonna think about keeping my chest as tall as I can. The hip is gonna hinge. I'm gonna head down till my hip creases the knee, come back to that full extension. So what we're looking to avoid is that chest becoming a good morning movement, and rather chest nice and tall. If we struggle with keeping our chest up during an air squat, we can always use the same dumbbell that we had for our bent over row. Lean that against the chest. If we have to, we can even have it out front. The farther out front it is, the easier it will be to help balance you. But we can come in now and have a better chest position for that movement. So 5, 10, 15 is the goal. If we complete that within a 60-second window, we're then going to go ahead and do that every 90 seconds. So 60 seconds to get all of those movements done, 30 seconds to rest. If we're completing that 5, 10, 15 in 30 seconds, maybe 35, go every 60 seconds. So we're looking to have some work-rest ratio happening here. We're gonna do that for 4 total rounds, and that's your murph prep for week 3 heading into week 4. Our workout today, we're just going to need 1 single dumbbell. If we don't have a dumbbell, a kettlebell would work as well, but goal is to have that dumbbell. We're gonna do a single arm clean and jerk. Heels are gonna go outside of the hips. We're gonna leave the clean portion above the knee. So essentially we're, I guess, technically doing a hang clean and jerk, but we're gonna not go any farther than our kneecap. As we hinge at the hip, again, the lowest we wanna go is going to be dumbbell to that kneecap. From there, just as if we had a barbell in our hands, we're gonna drive open with the hip. We wanna try to wait until that hip and knee are fully extended before we then pull at the elbow. From there, I'm gonna leave my thumb tight into my body and turn the elbow under. So what we're looking for from this side position, you can see that the weight stays nice and close to the body. We're looking to avoid any of this kind of rainbowing. From there, we're gonna go shoulder to overhead to get the jerk portion. Jerk, we're looking for dip drive of the hip. As we start to extend the arm up, I'm gonna push myself back under and land in a bent knee. Versus a push press where we dip drive and we land in the locked knee. Full movement from the hang to shoulder. 1, 2. We're gonna look to do 10 on our right, then we'll do 10 on our left. We'll then ditch the dumbbell for 10 burpees. Burpee, we want chest and quad to the deck. Jump and clap at the end. 10 full reps, 10 full rounds. We've got a 20-minute time cap today. If you know that you are a little bit slower on cycling through burpees, go ahead and make that number 5. So it would be 10 clean and jerk on your right, 10 clean and jerk on your left, 5 burpees, 10 rounds. Our finisher today, we're gonna grab a band if we have one available, and we're gonna do 100 band pull aparts. Remember with the band pull apart, our main priority is to leave our arm nice and locked out. We're gonna keep bottom of the rib cage nice and tight to the top of the hip, squeezing through the glutes so we stay nice and braced in our core when we do these. And then we're gonna try and pull the wrist behind the shoulder. 100 band pull aparts. The other movement that we have today is the banded face pull. I would essentially anchor one end of my band, could be to a table of a chair, or I'm sorry, the leg of a table. But what we want to do is we're going to hold the band 4 to 6 inches apart as if it were anchored, right? So you kind of have to visualize with me because I don't have a place to anchor it right here. Do I? No. Yeah. Let's see. See if we can make this work. No. So we would have the band anchored. From there, I would pull in with the chest. So we're just trying to get a lot of blood flow through our upper back, both from the clean and jerks